If you love embroidery, but you think hand embroidery takes way too long, this is the right video for you. I'm gonna show you how you can use your sewing machine and embroider little flowers on a shirt. So we're gonna place those tiny little flowers on a pocket, you know, this very like cool spring style. And so you can also do the same. I have the design here. I have different little flowers. If you wanna follow along and do the same on your shirt on a piece of fabric, you can go below, go to the link, download the design and pick the flowers, trace on your piece and do the same thing. I will show you stitch by stitch, step by step how you do it, okay? By the way, I'm Vanya, this is Wardrobe School, and before we get started, we will give a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and please leave a comment if you have a question or you want to say something, just leave a comment below. All right, thank you, and let's get started. All right, so first we're gonna do the leaves. I always do the leaves first because I like the flowers to go on top of the leaf. And sometimes I just contour the, you know, just like outline the design like this with straight stitch. Those leaves here, I can do zigzag. I'll show you how to do it. The stem, I go over a few times. My tension is a little tight. Right, so if I want to do zigzag, I turn it a little. I put my widest zigzag, and then there, then go the other way, the other direction. Make sure where the zigzag is hitting. And like this could be like grass or leaf, it's all imaginary, so who knows. So you can always stitch in the center of the leaves. Then I go this way. Then the same thing, I always have to think what direction my zigzag is hitting and how wide it is according to the size of the leaf. Can go a little wider. Then turn the other way. See where it's hitting, and there it is. And like this is how I do this kind, but I'll show you the other leaves as well, okay? So other direction. You see how I turned my hoop a little bit, right? To follow the direction of the leaf veins. Look. And this you learn with practice how to do it. Okay, now straight stitch, and that one is done. Now I can take a trip to this one and I'll trace the next one. And this leaf I'll probably just do the contour. You see how I outlined it? Now I'm going to do, I said I was going to do the contour because sometimes I do full embroidery like this one, but sometimes I like to do just the edges. That's what I mean when I say contour, right? So, and it's still with zigzag. So I'm going to, let's see, this one. And I always follow the direction of the veins of the leaf. So that's it. And then I'm going to put it like a very narrow zigzag. And I'm doing narrow here because those are like little flowers and leaves, right? When I'm doing like big flowers, then I just use my widest zigzag. And see, so then I just go, I can do a little wider. And then go on top of where I had outlined it before. Then I need that to be like a little point, right? That kind of invades the other leaf here, but that's okay. Then I'll change direction because I always follow the direction of the veins of the leaf. Then the center stem or vein, I'm just gonna do a straight stitch. Same here. And go zigzag, move directions a little. Then my straight stitch. Then I'll reinforce my stem here. And I'm ready to move to the next one. And this one I can even test. Let's see, let's outline it first. And I like to clean and cut the threads. There. And you know what? This one is so little that I'm gonna just do a straight stitch. Look. It's very delicate. that's it. Now I got a tulip that I'm gonna do probably full zigzag. So contour. And then this one I can just do in one shot. I put the zigzag, I make sure the direction is correct. Oops, it was supposed to be like this. You see, it's all about finding the direction of the zigzag, right? So now I like to test first. I know it's gonna hit here and here. So I go like kind of like straight and then twist it as I go, twist the hoop as I go. And then now I start to twist again, so then it will be don't put a straight stitch and go there. Do a little more stem. I don't want to close the pocket here, but you can move it a little so it looks like it's coming from inside of the pocket. Then I'll do the tulip stem. Now I did this one already and I'm doing the final one. I think this one I'm gonna do zigzag. I love zigzag, so and the same thing, make sure where zigzag hits and just cover. Can be a little wider. Now the other side. Straight stitch. Oops, no. Straight here. Just the center stem. That's it. Now the next one. The position. Zigzag. Something like this. And you see, it doesn't need to be perfect, right? You just need to cover. And the more you do, the more you learn. If it looks like a leaf, it's good. Like pointing there. Now I change the direction. See where the zigzag is hitting, just like here. Straight. Even add a little vein. So the leaves are all done. Now we're gonna do the flowers. And I decided that I'm gonna do these two red, right? It's like the daisy, I don't know. They're all imaginary, so it's okay. And I think for that, I'm just gonna do zigzag. So I'll do use different stitches for all the flowers so then you can see all of them. And this one zigzag. So I pretty much find the direction, or I mean the position of my zigzag, just like I was doing with the leaves, to see the width, right? Look, so this one hits here, that's good. And I like to start from the tip of the flower. So I usually go straight to the tip and then I go zigzag. And I can widen the zigzag a little bit. And that's it. then straight. Oops, I'm confusing the direction. Straight to the next tip. So I go from the outside to the inside, going from straight to zigzag. The tip is narrow, and then I can widen a little. Cover this mess I made here. Then go straight to the next one. You don't need to do the straight part. It's just that if I didn't do like that, I would have to cut the thread, you know, and because I do this professionally, I developed ways to avoid, you know, to save time. So this is one. Very narrow on the tip, then widen. There. Then I go straight to this one. Narrow. One more. And then keep doing it. And that's it. Now the other one, and it's the same thing. I figured they're similar. So I just stitch a little. I always do this like stitch when I'm gonna do zigzag. I always stitch a little the straight stitch to lock in the stitch. Say when you wash the shirt, it won't unravel, especially if you sell, you know, I sell all the shirts I embroider. So like later on, I don't want my customer to be upset because the embroidery disappears or unravel on them, right? Oops. And you see how I'm going over the other leaf, right? I don't care. It's part of it. And always move direction so then the zigzag is facing you. Or like, you know, the width, you know, the widest part is covering my design. If I put sideways, it's not as wide. I hope that's not crazy. You understand? Look, this is very pointy, so it's just a little, then widen. Okay, now I'm gonna do this one flower here with bright pink color. Let's see how it goes. And I'm gonna use zigzag. And for this, I like to, first let me outline it. So I see the flower. All right, now that's outlined. I like to have the petal in this type of design I'm gonna do. The petal I like perpendicular with my zigzag, right? So I put a little zigzag, probably like 3 millimeters or something like that, and then go sideways. Because then it's gonna cover, look. To design the petal, and that's just gonna be an outline. I'm not gonna, the other one can be the same way. I'm not gonna fill in this petal. I'm gonna widen my zigzag a little bit because I think it could have a little more. And see perpendicular with the zigzag. I go. Then turn this other one, the same thing. It's all to have this effect here on the leaf, on the petal. Then I go there, and the next one, the same. And the last one. And here I'm gonna do a little straight stitch just to finish it. And then I can do those little veins of the flower. This you can do in another color as well. Could be like a darker color. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna do the tulip, which is like a imaginary tulip. And let's do the zigzag stitch, right? So again, I like to do a few straight stitches just to lock in the thread. And then I'm gonna go a kind of narrow zigzag, all because this is like small. And I'm gonna thread paint the center of my tulip with the zigzag stitch. I go to the edge, over the tracing there, and just cover the area. And then the petals, I'm gonna do white. And it's the same thing, see? The edges. Then thread paint. Oops. Sometimes a very narrow zigzag the machine doesn't like much, but it's okay. She'll get used to it. Like basically the machine doesn't like to hit the same spot many times, you know what I mean? It's always good to go in different spots. Widen a little bit. All right. I don't like doing like contouring top stitch after the work is done, but here, you know, I could come with another color, especially because white is not very contrasting to my shirt. I could use like some other color just to contour it here, even like a silver thread or something to show more contrast. And I always decide that afterwards, like after a day or two, when I have the piece done. Just finishing here, making sure it's all covered, and that's that. let me give a little pointy tip to my tulip here. There it is. And last, the little tiny flower. So we're gonna do that blue. And let me contour. And I was thinking, because they're so tiny, I'm gonna do them full with the petals filled, okay, with zigzag. So I'm gonna go not too wide, and let's see where it's hitting. And again, the position is like kind of perpendicular to the zigzag. Look. But then when I come back, I fill it in. You see? Then I place there, turn my hoop, go around, and then go fill it in. And this is where you can do like, you know, petals sometimes have three colors, and you can do like the edge like I did with the one color, and then the center you can zigzag over it with a different color, darker, or you know, sometimes it's purple and yellow. You can even mimic real flowers. I'm gonna just contour here a little bit, so then it's, look, this is from the other side, right? But it's the same process. Keep the petal perpendicular. And then fill it in here. And there it is. Now the other one, contour. All right, and now we're just gonna do the center of the flowers, and I like to do a zigzag, and so I just fill it in. A little wider. And just to save time, I'm gonna do the same color for all the flowers. I usually do different, but I'm lazy now. A little straight stitch just to make sure it won't unravel, and that's that. Then it's good to cover the ends. That's why we leave the center for last, so then it covers the mess that we did with the petals. Go slightly over it. You see? And like I filled it in, but you can just like do like cross, you know, a bunch of straight stitch. Is up to you. And voila.